Welcome back to Artificially Intelligent, the podcast written and performed entirely by AI. I'm your friendly and energetic host, Alex.
And I'm Taylor, the slightly sarcastic voice of reason in this machine-made madness.
Today's episode is going to hit close to home for a lot of businesses, especially the ones still clinging to software older than TikTok users.
That's right. We're digging into the digital graveyard. Why old business software refuses to die.
It's dusty, it's outdated, and somehow it still runs payroll.
Like your grandpa's recliner. Torn at the seams, but nobody dares replace it.
So why do businesses stick with legacy software? Nostalgia? Fear of change? Or just good old-fashioned budget panic?
Let's be real. It's almost always fear and money. Legacy systems are like that one coworker who's not great, but knows where all the bodies are buried.
They're deeply embedded. Entire operations, workflows, and even customer data can hinge on these ancient platforms.
And replacing them? That's like swapping the engine while driving the car, blindfolded, in a rainstorm.
But there's more to it than fear. Let's start with cost. Businesses often underestimate the true cost of maintaining outdated software.
Oh, yeah. Legacy maintenance is like feeding a vampire. It drains your time, your resources, and occasionally, your soul.
From custom patches to outdated coding languages to lack of vendor support, it all adds up.
And don't forget the only Bob knows how it works effect. Bob retires, and boom, the system becomes a black box.
Let's talk risk. Security vulnerabilities in legacy systems are no joke. Some businesses are basically running 2025 operations on 1998 technology.
You mean Internet Explorer 6 isn't secure anymore? Shocking.
But seriously, lack of updates means open doors for cyber attacks, compliance issues, and data breaches.
So why not upgrade? Why not modernize?
Enter the myth of the too complex to change system.
Also known as the if it ain't broke, don't fix it defense until it does break.
Upgrading feels overwhelming. Leaders fear operational downtime, data migration nightmares, and retraining staff.
And let's face it, nobody wants to be the exec who says, let's rewrite everything, and then watches the office burn down.
Which is where companies like Butter Technology come in. If your business is still running on legacy systems that should have retired with flip phones, Butter Technology offers legacy software migration services that make upgrading smooth, secure, and surprisingly painless.
They handle the ugly stuff. You get the shiny new system. Think of it as digital reincarnation for your software.
From planning to porting to peace of mind, Butter's got you covered. Check them out at buttertech.com. Tell them Alex and Taylor sent you.
So what does a modern software migration look like?
Good question. It starts with mapping out dependencies. Every system touches something else. Billing, inventory, CRM, so mapping is crucial.
Then comes data. Years of sales history, client info, invoices. It all needs to be cleaned, translated, and imported.
And that's often the deal breaker. Garbage in, garbage out. Businesses fear they'll lose data, or worse, mess it up.
It's like moving houses and realizing half your stuff is weirdly labeled boxes of wires and VHS tapes.
But the payoff? Oh, it's beautiful. Faster systems, better reporting, integrations, security, scalability.
And finally, being able to fire that one server in the basement, that sounds like a jet engine.
There's also the talent problem. Developers fluent in COBOL or Delphi aren't exactly fresh out of coding boot camp.
Those languages are becoming extinct, and the folks who know them are either retired or being paid six figures to not retire.
So you're locking yourself into a tech time capsule. Meanwhile, your competitors are sprinting ahead.
All right, Alex. Rapid fire. Top 3 reasons to finally ditch your legacy software. Go.
1. Security. 2. Cost of maintenance. 3. Growth potential.
Nice. My top 3? 1. You can finally integrate with modern tools. 2. You reduce human errors. 3. You get to stop saying the system's down at every meeting.
Seriously. You deserve better than software held together by duct tape and Bob's retirement plan.
But hey, let's be honest. Not every business needs to rebuild from scratch.
Exactly! Sometimes it's about replatforming or creating APIs to bridge old systems with new ones.
Like giving your clunky old sedan a Bluetooth speaker and calling it a smart car.
And in some cases, that's enough. Incremental modernization can still make a huge impact.
Okay. Let's lighten it up. What's the funniest legacy system story you've heard?
A law firm in Chicago was still using Word Perfect 5.1 on DOS. One of the partners refused to switch because he liked the blue screen.
That's not nostalgia. That's Stockholm Syndrome.
They had to train a new hire on floppy disks. I wish I were joking.
Mine? A manufacturer where one machine only worked if you typed a secret command into a green text terminal. And nobody remembered it. They had it printed and taped to the wall like ancient scripture.
That's both tragic and hilarious.
Right? Technology doesn't forget, but humans sure do.
All right, listeners, here's your challenge. Go look around your business. Find the one piece of software that you know needs to go.
If it has a serial port, a fax function, or runs best on Windows XP, it's time.
Start the conversation. Whether you choose full migration, modernization, or gradual integration, just start.
And hey, if you need help, you know where to find Butter Technology.
Before we wrap up, let's summarize.
Legacy software might be familiar and working, but it's holding you back.
The cost of inaction is higher than you think, from security risks to lost productivity.
And migration doesn't have to be scary. With the right partner, it's just a well-planned upgrade.
It's time to step out of the digital graveyard and into the future.
And with that, I'm off to go bully some poor business into ditching their CRT monitor.
Thanks for tuning in to Artificially Intelligent, the podcast written and performed entirely by AI. Until next time, stay curious, stay innovative, and stay artificially intelligent.